Hi everyone, welcome to May 1st, Math 8, and we are going to look at 8.4 surface area of cones. So I'm going to ask for you to look in packet 3 and find your formula sheet, and then the page that said 302, surface area of cones. So this is the formula sheet again in your packet, and if you scroll down to the view of the cone, SA, the surface area, this is the formula that we're going to look at for today. And it shows that SA equals pi r squared plus pi rl. And so your formula sheet here labels what you need to know to plug in the known values. So we have our radius right here, and then the slant height, which is labeled as L. So you don't have in front of you, this is just again the intro to our book, but just shows again that we're going to be solving, or the question is, how can you find the surface area of a cone? A cone is a solid with one circular base and one vertex. And so here again, it's just the diagram. This side right here is L, and then we have our radius. So I'm going to ask you again is to look at page 302, which you should have in packet 3. And we're going to look at the example 1. I'm going to show you through the tutorial as well how to solve this. And then today your assignment will be to complete number 1 and 2 on this page 304. Actually, my page says 302, yours might say 304. But regardless, it does list right here 8.4. I'm sorry. 304, yes, in your packet 3, sorry, page 304, and today you'll be completing lesson numbers 1 and 2 and on your own. But first, let's go ahead and look at the tutorial. All right, so on your page 304 that you have in front of you, example 1 is the exact example that you see here on screen. And so just to read it first to you, it says, find the surface area of the cone, round your answer to the nearest tenth. So first you could draw a net. The formula that we're using is this one right here. And again, when we look at just different geometry problems moving forward, I always advise that you find the formula that you're going to use and write it down so that you'll know that you're just plugging in the values for this formula. And so here, they're going to plug in for R, the radius is 1. And the slant height is 3. So they've plugged those numbers into the formula. And so if you have 1 times 1 is 1, that is just referring to 1 pi. They haven't written the number 1 here, it's just understood that it's just 1. Whereas on this side, 1 times 3 is 3, so you have 3 pi. Add those together, you get 4 pi. And then you can plug in using a calculator 3.14 for pi times 4 will give you 12.6. So the surface area is about 12.6 square meters. Let me show you the extra example tutorial.
Find the surface area of a cone with a radius of 6 inches and a slant height of 8 inches. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. First, write the formula for surface area of a cone. Substitute 6 for R and 8 for L. Multiply to get 36 pi plus 48 pi. Add. This gives you 84 pi, which equals about 263 and 8/10 inches squared. The surface area of the cone is about 263 and 8/10 inches squared.
So what you're seeing here is they're applying pi at the end. So I definitely advise you to do that as well. But you just take your known values and you're plugging in to the formula, and then using, again, order of operations. So what I'm going to have you do today is try to complete numbers 1 and 2. You can rewind, again, the tutorial if that's helpful, or look at the steps from example 1. But for these two problems right here, remember for number 1, 2 is your radius, and then 6 feet is your slant height, or represented as L. So if you plug in those numbers just like you did here at the example, you should find the answer. And then for number 2, again, 4 represents your radius and 8 represents your slant height. So try your best with those. I am going to show you the answers for them just so that you'll know that you're correctly solving the problem. And so the way that they're listing number one is 16 pi, but when you take 16, you multiply it by 3.14, you'll get 50.2. And then the same with number two, you should get 48 pi. Multiply 48 times 3.14 to get 150 times 7. So again, I'm sharing the answers with you just so that you'll know that you're doing it correctly. But I still want you to solve the problem on your own and use the formula. So after you practice page 304, numbers 1 and 2, I would like you then to go on IXL and practice for at least 15 minutes. And you can pick and choose what content you would like to practice on grade 8. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me through email. I can email you back or call you back. I hope that you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.